The land of the midnight sun, Finland's first inhabitants. Finland, a land of thousands of lakes and endless forests, has a history as unique as its landscape. The first people arrived in Finland around 10,000 BC after the last ice age. These early inhabitants were hunter-gatherers. They survived by fishing in the abundant lakes and rivers. They hunted wild animals for food and clothing. These early Finns lived in simple dwellings built from wood and animal hides. Life was challenging in the harsh Nordic climate. The long, dark winters made finding food and staying warm a constant struggle. Despite the difficulties, these early communities persevered. They spread throughout Finland, adapting to the varied terrain. Over time, they developed their own distinct culture and beliefs. These early Finns left behind traces of their existence in the form of tools, pottery, and burial sites. Archaeologists continue to uncover new artifacts that shed light on their way of life. These artifacts provide a fascinating glimpse into Finland's distant past. They tell the story of resilience and adaptation in a challenging environment. Kingdoms clash. A history forged in conflict. Starting in the 12th century AD, Finland became entangled in the power struggles of its powerful neighbors, Sweden and Russia. Sweden, seeking to expand its influence eastward, launched a series of crusades into Finland. This marked the beginning of a long and complex relationship between the two nations. Finland, with its strategic location on the Baltic Sea, became a battleground for these competing powers. Swedish rule brought significant changes to Finland. Christianity spread throughout the land, replacing earlier pagan beliefs. The Swedish legal system was introduced, and the Swedish language gained prominence in administration and education. However, Finnish culture and language remained resilient. Ordinary Finns continued to speak their own language and maintain their traditions. Russia, determined to secure its own access to the Baltic Sea, also sought to assert its influence over Finland. The 18th and 19th centuries saw a series of wars between Sweden and Russia, with Finland often caught in the crossfire. These conflicts had a devastating impact on Finland, leading to loss of life, destruction of property, and widespread suffering among the population. Under the shadow of the bear, the fight for Finnish freedom. The year 1917 marked a turning point in Finnish history. The Russian Revolution, which led to the collapse of the Tsarist regime, created an opportunity for Finland to declare its independence. On December 6, 1917, Finland declared its independence, ending centuries of foreign rule. This declaration was met with widespread jubilation and hope for a brighter future. However, the path to independence was not easy. A bloody civil war erupted between the Whites, supported by Germany, and the Reds, backed by Soviet Russia. The conflict divided the nation, leaving deep scars on Finnish society. After a bitter struggle, the White forces, led by General Mannerheim, emerged victorious. The newly independent Finland faced the daunting task of rebuilding its shattered nation. The scars of war ran deep and the economy was in ruins. Yet the Finnish people, with their characteristic determination, set about the task of creating a new society. Section 4, a nation tested, Finland in the Second World War. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 brought new challenges to Finland. The Soviet Union, seeking to secure its borders, demanded territorial concessions from Finland. When Finland refused, the Soviet Union launched a massive invasion, marking the beginning of the Winter War. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outgunned, the Finns put up fierce resistance against the Soviet invaders. The Finnish soldiers, skilled in winter warfare, used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage. They inflicted heavy casualties on the Soviet army, earning the admiration of the world for their courage and determination. However, the Soviet Union's overwhelming military superiority eventually forced Finland to sue for peace. Finland was forced to cede territory to the Soviet Union, but it managed to preserve its independence. The Winter War had a profound impact on Finland, shaping its national identity and its relationship with its powerful neighbor to the east. Section 5. From Ashes to Innovation, Modern Finland. After World War II, Finland embarked on a remarkable journey of recovery and growth. The nation adopted a policy of neutrality, balancing its relations between East and West during the Cold War. It focused on rebuilding its economy, investing heavily in education and developing its welfare state. Finland transformed itself from a largely agrarian society into a modern, high-tech economy. It became a global leader in fields such as telecommunications, design and engineering. Finnish companies like Nokia and Linux achieved international success. Finland also made significant strides in social welfare, becoming known for its high quality of life, education and healthcare. It consistently ranks highly in global surveys of happiness, equality and innovation.